Hi everyone, my name is Mariam Karen.
My name is Akinyemi Akile Abdulatif.
Hi, my name is Oluwatobiloba Ozoro.
My name is Bolaji Mariam.
My name is Ayika Metalo Blair.
My name is Okediji Olaide.
My name is Ademide Jegede.
This is Group 13. We are from the Department of Employment Relations and Human Resources Management, University of Lagos, Nigeria. The topic of discussion is business communication skills and strategies. Here we'll be talking about listening, speaking, types of communication, and the importance of communication to the organization.
Business communication, according to Riggs and Gao, can be defined as a communication system that is responsible for affecting change throughout the whole organization. According to WH, business communication is exchanging business-related and different views within the related parties. Basic elements of business communication are the sender, business information, the receiver, and feedback. We have 4 types of business communication in any organization or business. The first one, the upward communication. Like the name suggests, the upward communication deals with any interaction that travels up the hierarchy of any business. The most common example is when a direct report communicates to a supervisor or manager. And this type of business communication allows upper management to stay informed about what is happening with the company. It also provides employees with the opportunity to ask questions, raise concerns, or make suggestions. The second type is the downward communication. Downward communication refers to the exchange of information from the top of any organization down to the lower levels of the organizational hierarchy. Although the direction is also the opposite of the upward communication I mentioned earlier, these 2 types they often work hand in hand. And the examples of downward communication are executive to manager and manager to direct reports. We also have the lateral communication. This occurs when employees communicate across departments or with peers of equal rank in the organization. It's also considered lateral or horizontal communication. Lateral communication includes a co-worker calling another co-worker or a team of managers deliberating a potential new hire. Examples of lateral communication: co-worker to co-worker, manager to manager. And we also have the external communication. The external communication deals with the exchange of information from within the organization to parties outside of the organization. For example, a team within your company can send a proposal to another company or reach out for a client in another organization and may issue a press release to promote a new product or service.
So I'm going to be talking about verbal and non-verbal communication. For verbal communication, it's simply spoken words in order to pass information, meaning, and maybe in an organization you want to say something important. That's for the verbal communication. And there are types of verbal communication. Like, for example, the tone of my voice, if it's positive, like upbeat and positive, I know that that being is something good. But if the tone is down, you sound sad, or you can hear through the person's voice, I know that then something bad is happening. Another important feature for verbal communication is proper vocabulary. If I'm speaking jargons or if I'm speaking words that you cannot understand, it's going to be a problem. So I have to be clear and precise to what I'm saying. Also, clarity of your message. You have to be clear and you don't have to be going through different angles. Just say what you have to state and let people understand. Non-verbal communication, these are all aspects of communication that does not involve spoken words. Example, gestures, facial expressions, and stuff like that. For facial expression now, maybe I'm smiling at you. So if I'm smiling at you, it means friendliness, or I'm happy to see you, and just that you're welcome. And then for gestures, simply pointing, shaking my head. Shaking my head, for instance, can show that I'm not interested in something. Pointing at something will show you that this is what I want you to do. Or I can use my eyes to show that I'm uninterested in something if I look away from your face.
What is listening in communication? Listening is the ability to accurately receive, interpret messages in a communication process. It is very key to an effective communication as it is not the same as hearing. Hearing simply means that the sound is entering your ear. It is a physical process, provided that you do not have any hearing problems, and then it happens automatically. But listening means that you are paying attention not only to the story that is being told, the voice, the language, the body languages, and other things related to the communication. In other words, it means that you are aware of your verbal and your non-verbal messages. It is your ability to listen effectively, and then it depends on which degree you perceive and understand these messages. Listening skills are therefore very key to learning in an organization, and then That means you have to hear the information, you have to absorb it, comprehend it, and correctly make a huge difference in the workplace. And then the major concerns has been that listeners need to formulate ways to respond, and it is not a function of listening. You should try to focus fully on what is being said, how it is being said, and then you can fully understand the speaker. According to Alahar et al. 2001, research showed that an average of 45% is spent listening compared to 30% speaking, and 16% is spent reading, and the remaining 9% is for writing. It therefore interprets that by any standard, a lot of time is supposed to be spent listening, which therefore means that you have to take a little bit extra time to ensure that you listen effectively. Why is listening so important? Listening serves many possible purposes, and then to depend on the situation and the nature of communication. It helps to specifically focus on the messages being communicated, avoiding distractions and perceptions. Listening also helps us to reduce misunderstanding, it helps to build empathy, and helps us to limit our level of judgment. Effective listening can improve business, customers, and employees' interpersonal relationships. And lastly, to develop a selflessness approach, putting the speaker first, you have to arrive at a shared and agreed understanding and acceptance of both side views. And with all of this, listening is very important in communication.
And to be an active listener, one has to maintain eye contact, face the speaker, be present, attentive but relaxed, pay and give attention to the speaker, keep an open mind, listen to the words and try to picture what the speaker is saying. Don't interrupt, don't impose your solutions, also wait for the speaker to pause before you speak. Ask questions only to ensure understanding. What are the processes involved in listening? Otto Joseph DeVito has divided it into 5 stages: receiving, understanding, remembering, evaluating, and responding. Receiving, the first stage of the listening process, which involves hearing, attending. This is the stage where information is taken in. The stage is represented by the ear because it is the primary tool involved with this stage. The second stage is the understanding. This is the stage during which the audience determines the context and meaning of the words they hear. In the understanding stage, we attempt to learn the meaning of the message, which is not always easy. For one thing, if a speaker does not enunciate clearly, it may be difficult to tell what the message was. The third stage is the remembering stage. This stage occurs as the audiences categorizes and retains the information they've gathered from the speaker for future access. The fourth stage is the evaluating stage. Evaluating allows the listener to form an opinion, what they heard, and what to begin developing a response. Evaluation of the same message can vary wildly from one listener to another. The fifth stage is the responding stage, sometimes referred to as feedback. This is the fifth and final stage of the listening process. It adds action to the listening process. It is the stage when the listener provides verbal and non-verbal reactions to what he or she hears. Now we're going to go to barriers to effective listening. There are internal barriers and external barriers. Internal barriers are more difficult to manage as they reside in the mind of the listener. They include anxiety, self-centeredness, mental laziness, boredom, sense of superiority, and impatience. For external barriers, they include a variety of environmental distractions that can usually be avoided or minimized with simple corrections. They are noise, visual distractions, physical setting, objects, the person speaking. If the listener removes these barriers, they will find that they can gain better understanding of the task at hand, communicate more effectively, and achieve greater success in the workplace.
Speaking is described as an interactive process of constructing meaning that involves processing, producing, and receiving information. It's an interactive process where information is shared and then, if necessary, acted upon by the listener. Now, many people believe that the use of spoken words evolved because human societies have become so complex, the use of hand gestures and grunting were no longer enough. Speaking is a productive skill in the oral mode that is a form of verbal communication. There are 3 kinds of speaking situations we can find ourselves in. We have the interactive speaking, partially interactive speaking, and non-interactive speaking. Now, the interactive speaking is in cases of face-to-face conversations, telephone calls, and daily conversations. In this speaking situation, we have both the listener and the speaker interchanging positions. So questions can be asked, communication can move a lot more freer. And then we have the partially interactive speaking situation. In this situation, we can describe it with things like lectures and professional talk shows. Here, the speaker talks to the listener, and the listener isn't exactly to make conversation, but information is still passed across correctly. Then we have the non-interactive speaking situation. This involves things like TV shows and recorded radio shows.
Generally, purpose refers to a broad goal in creating and delivering a speech. Technically, can define as why something exists, how we make use of an object, and why we make something. Certain scholars like Aristotle, Cicero, St. Augustine of Hippo have classified the various types of speeches people may give, and this has been done to help them determine the general purpose of their speech. This classification involves to inform or instruct, to persuade, and to entertain. We have various skills involved in speaking, and this has been done to help the speaker convey his speech passionately. Number 1, be prepared and practice. Number 2, know your audience. And number 3, keep it short and simple using the acronym KISS.
Business writing refers to the practice of creating written materials for the purpose of communicating information within a professional context. This type of writing can include a wide range of documents such as emails, memos, reports, proposals, presentations, and many more. The goal of business writing is to convey information clearly, effectively, and persuasively to a specific audience, often with the intent of achieving specific business objectives. Strong writing skills are essential for success in many professional fields, including marketing, sales, finance, and management. So business writing is not just about putting words on paper. It's about using language effectively to achieve specific goals. Whether it's a report or a proposal you're writing, email, or a social media post, every piece of business writing should be tailored to the audience and the purpose. It should be clear, it should be concise, and engaging enough. And it should also convey the intended message with precision and impact. So now let's talk about some of the importance of writing. We have clarity and accuracy, we have professionalism, we have efficiency, we have compliance, we have reputation, and we have competitive advantage. So now, what are the essentials of writing? There are several essentials of business writing that individuals should always consider when creating materials for professional communication. Now, some of these could include clear purpose, target audience, proper formatting, concise writing, active voice, professional tone, and accuracy.
In conclusion, effective communication is very important for the workplace, as learning to speak correctly, listening efficiently, and the non-verbal and verbal type of communication, learning to write correctly too. They are very essential, and they can help us to improve relationships in the workplace, enhance collaborations, and increase productivity. Thank you very much.
Bye.